And I don't want to take this as it's not about me, but I'm trying really hard to show my children that sickness and things happen in life. And you cannot be crying and be depressed and constantly talk about, oh my God, you know? My Rene Charles is going to be 15 years old soon. He's a wonderful young man. He is entering the teenager years. Sometimes he can go really, really crazy for some teenagers. So far, so good. I have tremendous respect for my oldest, Rene Charles, because he's showing me the strength. That is hard for him sometimes, I am sure, to see his dad this way, because he's been his anchor. He has been his strength. When he was younger, when he saw his dad older, it was like, you know, my dad was a little older. But as both of them got older and RC got older, my husband could show RC a lot of things. And they bonded a lot. And that bond is difficult right now. And I am sure it is hard for my oldest son, Rene Charles. But what I see day by day, one day at a time, he's homeschooled, entering his 3rd year straight in homeschool this year. There's been a few reasons why. We don't want to take him away from society and have a good time. We are really well taking care of that. He is becoming a hockey player. He's the only one in the family who has straight teeth. And now he's becoming a hockey player. Take that. It's okay. I will fix them. But regardless the hockey for a thing, he's a tremendous golfer. And he just shot a 40 and a 36, and that's not his best game, but just like a couple of days ago, and he's like, oh, well, you know. And I'm like, that was incredible. You're playing like once or twice a week. So between hockey and golf and homeschool, and the reason of homeschool, if I may just repeat that, is that he goes to school between 3 and 4 hours a day from a school from California, which is in the internet, assisted by someone making sure that things are rolling okay. Like he doesn't have to take 8 hours to do a math test, okay? So I'm supported on stage, so my son can be supported in his class. But what it does, the bigger picture for me and for Rene especially, is that for 3 hours my son has been having amazing grades, and he has a life where he can achieve to spend time with his dad. I can see him. He's bonding even more with the twins right now because they're growing, so now they can play catch baseball. You know, when they're so small and there's a big difference, you know, they still, you know, it's awkward sometimes. It's so small, and it's like, I don't want to play with them, you know. So now they're almost 5, so the bond is getting closer. And it's very important for me that the rest of the journey, whether it's his dad looking at him hitting balls, or going to the arena playing him hockey, knowing that the school is done, he has socialization with friends. We have a lot of sleepovers at my house. I'm not ready to send him, so I don't mind if he has friends come, and I'm good with that. I love mattresses on the floor everywhere, and we can see him. His dad can see him. He can see his dad, and because school takes so much time. Your kids leave at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. They come back for dinner, and you're like, are you done with your homework? Hurry up dinner. But I don't want to eat that. Well, you have this or this. Take a shower. Please read your book. Good night. And for the last 2 years of my life, I cannot deal with this. And I am choosing my battles. And my son is not negatively suffering from that. So we're finding good solutions, and I'm very happy about that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John Katsalamides, Las Vegas Sun.
Sir.
Hi, Celine. Welcome back.
Thank you.
It's great to see you. I love the polka dots.
Which polka dots?
All of them.
Thank you.
We've seen you, it seems like, live an entire lifetime on that stage. I mean, this is a room that was built for you. You know, we consider it your room, your home. Is it more than a performance venue, the Coliseum, and is it especially cathartic to be able to come into a place that is so familiar and make this return?
Absolutely. It became a stability. Not only a stability as a performer for me, because there's things you can go and do a world tour and have a wonderful time, and from one country to another country, and different types of living, and you learn so much because you learn from different lifestyles, which is wonderful. And especially if you bring your kids and you go from eating new food to go to a safari. And I mean, this is the real thing. You're not going to the pet shop, you know, don't get me wrong. My kids love to go to the pet shop. But when you go see real lions, this is something good, you know. So I really, at first it was a little bit scary when I started here, because I thought the negative vision of me being here with this big Coliseum was kind of, it was a feeling, a general feeling that it was not going to work. And at one point, I'm sure at any part of our lives, whether when you were young or not young, your moms and dads and your friends said, this girlfriend, this boyfriend, or this is not you, you shouldn't do this, what are you doing? At any parts of your life, someone will come and say, are you sure? And at the same time, I mean, a lot of professional people believed in this place and put millions and millions of dollars, that at one point I started to feel it, because I was the act coming here, and I didn't want to be responsible for more than $100 million flop. If you want to talk money a little bit. I wanted this to be successful. They believed in us. I believed in them. But is that enough when you hear that the Titanic is going to sink again? And we're not even started yet. And what I appreciate about AEG and Caesar's Palace and this whole team on behalf of Beyond this Coliseum and this magnificent place, the stability of being home every night, raising my family, giving me the best of both worlds, is that, yes, they believed in me, and at first I thought it was a business aspect of the contract, because this is how it works in the business. You sign contracts. They want to make money, you want to make money, you want to have a passion, you want to do what you love. If it doesn't work, they're going to say, thank you so much, good night. And you don't blame them for that. I mean, this is all what we do. If you don't do a good job, they're going to find somebody else. But honestly, after 5 years in here, I thought I was going to be here for 5 days. And then 5 years later, I left for a world tour. And I never thought they were going to come to call me back that quick. And then I'm like, okay. And thank God we didn't sell our house and we stayed here. And Vegas started to become a home, a comfortable place. And the kids loved it. And then to make a long story short, we were back with a new show. And last but not least, and it's the most important thing of answering your question, there's never been a contract. There's never been a business meeting as I'm concerned. There's been a proof of trust, of love, support. And I think that is what Renee has done the best for me. Making sure I was surrounded with the best people in my life. When he had to say no to people and say, she won't be able to make this. And they were disappointed. But at the end of the conversation, he always reassured them saying, but I promise you, we'll make something good. Eventually, it's a promise. And I think he always came true. And my point is, AEG, Caesars, everyone, that year, there was only prayers. They could have just said, you know what, Celine, you're having a hard time, Renee's sick. Take it, you know, let's finish this for now and let's talk again. 702 area code. Okay? It did not work this way. They've been there since day one, and I think they're there even more. And it's not even as an artist today that I'm saying this. It's as a wife, as a mother, that I'm extremely appreciative that they wanted me here after as long as I needed to be reassured that we were ready to come back. I hope.